Hey everyone, this is a review of Chroma Mix. I wasn't sure what to do with this game at first. This is a little game where you're playing cards to mix ink colors. It's different enough from other engine builders that I liked it a lot. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the game, and then I'll come back and talk more about my feelings. But this is a prototype version. These are not final components. You see a typical game set up here, and where you have the rank 1 cards, the rank 2 cards, and the rank 3 cards all set up. You're going to shuffle each of these decks and then put out 6 of each. I've just been lucky enough this time to have one of different cards here. As you can see, it's a very colorful game where you're going to be starting with one of each of the rank 1 cards, the pale magenta, the light yellow, and the soft cyan or cyan. And as you mix those, that's one of the 3 things that you can do on your turn. You're only going to do one thing on your turn, but as you mix 2 cards, let's say I put a light yellow and a soft cyan together, well then I could take this jungle card and I would return these 2 cards to where they go. Or I can play cards face down in front of me for ongoing persistent effects, or I can use the immediate effects. Like this has a lightning that says that I get to refill, which is just to put cards back in my hand. This one would let me refill 1. There are reasons you might want to just do that. And as you play different cards, you're going to get things like points. These have 2 points, these have 3 points, and the emerald green up here has 6 points on it. You're also going to get different abilities where you're going to be doing things like refilling. Refilling is putting cards back in your hand. Printing is playing cards out in front of you, or mixing, like I said, where you're taking 2 cards, returning them either to a discard for the rank 2 and 3, or their starting places in order to make new cards. As you get more cards, you're going to be working towards these top, climbing the ladder to get to the top rank 4 cards, ruby red, sapphire blue, and emerald green, which each have different win requirements. For ruby red, if you have all 3 of these cards, including this one out in front of you, but these 2 could be in your hand, then you can win the game. If you have 16 more cards in hand, for sapphire blue you win the game, and for emerald green, all you have to do is have 17 points out in your play area. You can only have one of these emerald green cards though. The game plays 1 to 4 players. The solo mode is just taking these mixed cards and using them to play an opponent who's going to be racing against you for efficiency to play more cards as they get up and up the ladder to get better cards. I like the game better at 2 to 4 players because you're really playing against other people, and this market's going to change in a different way than it would be against just a random AI that isn't really doing a whole lot. But I really like the game. I love the artwork. I love that you're mixing colors. I love the flavor text on here. I love how just about everything of the game has gone. I even like the card backs. As you can see, those cards are really bright and vibrant and alluring. I love the colors. I love the print colors here. It makes me think of comic books. It makes me think of a nice printed magazine and how those colors can really pop on a page. The colors on the cards are really great. The gameplay is fun. It plays like a game like Splinterwood, where you're just doing some engine building and deciding how you want to do that, getting stuff to get more stuff to make that stuff better. That's what the game is, and it has a smaller footprint because it's just cards. Yes, it does take a good amount of table space in terms of cards, but you don't have to take anything else with you. In fact, you don't need tokens, you don't need anything else. There are nice player aid reminder cards. On your first few playthroughs, you might need that rule book, but the rule book isn't big, and it's mainly just going to tell you this is what this card does if you can't remember this symbol, how that works, and so forth. Overall, really, really well done game. I like it a lot. I think that JayZee Games did a fantastic job with the game. I love the colors. I like playing this game. And the solo is fine too. It's not my favorite solo game, but it's a fine solo game to just spend a little bit of time. But I really like it as a 2 to 4 player game. It does the engine building thing in a small package a lot better than other similar games that take about the same amount of time. That's what I think of Chroma Mix. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to back it on GameFound or whatever, or if you see it later in a store or you just watch this. You can also check out my written review, which I'll link to in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Happy gaming, and I'll catch you later.